This is the Sunny Side Up Podcast.
Join me in the sunshine.
Hey, I'm Alan.
I'm Angel.
I'm Brandon, and welcome to Sunny Side Up episode number 6. Wow, we're on 6 episodes
6?
so far.
I thought this was like 10.
Yeah, something like that. There's our...
Yeah.
Okay, bring the dog to work today. This is what she does. She messes up the set. Look at this.
We brought
Giving
our
away.
dog to work in honor of National Dog Day. We thought we'd bring in Cherry the Wonder Dog, the mascot of Sunny Side Up. And she's such a large beast that
Hi.
she's our mascot.
Yeah. And
Say
for
hi to Cherry.
everybody listening on the podcast, maybe you can hear.
We could get her to sing. You want her to make her sing?
Let's not do
Let's
that.
make her sing.
No, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Let's
Okay.
try it. Hey, Cherry, you want to sing? Want to sing? This is going to be goofy. Hang on. You want to sing? Sing. Oh. Oh. Somebody
She's
help
not
me.
into it.
Help me, everybody howl. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Is
See,
that
that,
it?
that's it.
That's the
all
singing?
she's got for the day. I think she's
Wow.
ready to go.
Cherry the Wonder Dog making her first appearance on Sunny Side Up podcast show. Did she leave
gotta
the
fix
studio?
this
Gotta fix this.
Bring your dog to work day. Wasn't such a good idea.
It seemed like such a cool idea. Oh well.
Oh well. Well,
So we're going to talk about space this week, like outer space or the space between my ears or the space in the room.
there's a
kind of
lot
space?
less room and space than the space between your ears. So, yeah.
And
So we're going to talk about outer space.
I got you. Outer
Yeah.
space and good people.
As always, man. That is the theme here on Sunny Side Up. So, I've been a big fan, I guess, of space my whole life,
Yep.
my entire life.
Actually,
It's a reoccurring theme in my life, and as times advance, it just gets better and better because I remember being a kid and what was it? You're gonna have to remind me of this because I vaguely remember it having what was like a big tablet back in the day, and there was buttons on it of each planet, and it would explain to you each planet.
Oh,
Yeah, see,
it was like the universe.
yeah, and
It was like
that
this
was
just-
yeah. And then I also had like a little globe thing that
Yeah.
would push out stars.
Oh,
And so that was
I
really
used to have
neat.
one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I was always into that, and I had a really, really cruddy microscope back in the day too, but not microscope, telescope.
Yeah.
But I did have a microscope too, but that's not what we're talking about. So, and now there's video games that literally mock space.
Yeah.
and,
Which is what
and
you've been
it's really
playing
just-
nonstop.
Yeah. So
You know,
yeah,
when I was a kid, Pluto was a planet.
yeah. You know what? I
We still consider it a
I
planet.
still consider it a planet. Okay.
You know, there's actually a congressional argument over it right now.
It's a
The
planet.
head of NASA says it's a planet. Those before him said no, it wasn't a planet. I say, what difference does it make?
Well,
I'm
here's
still
the
trying
thing.
to figure out, was it
Here-
going to get like special government funding if it's allocated as a planet
don't
versus
know.
a thing?
My thing is like, if NASA is saying it's a planet, I don't really think there's anybody
Well,
else
But what's he
qualified
saying
for.
is the person that was the head of NASA before the current head of
Yeah.
NASA said it wasn't.
Most of NASA
No.
doesn't think it's a planet. No, the head of NASA think, I don't know.
It's a
Maybe
planet,
it's-
and I don't care what anybody else
I
says
think
about
so
it.
too. NASA. What are you
So,
doing?
Angel, are you interested in space?
Yeah, not as much as Brandon is,
It's
but
just like that. Was it like an obligatory? Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I just think there's a really like a wonder to it because
Mm-hmm.
you look up in the sky and anybody that doesn't have access to a countryside needs to figure out somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Didn't knew
Just
a guy.
drive out to
that-
the country.
You can drive out to the country one very dark night or
I
any
guess.
night.
Yeah.
That's
Every night is
clear.
dark.
Yeah, that's clear with no clouds,
Mm-hmm.
and just look up. And really,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things there that I think that a ton of people haven't gotten to experience because they're so used to being in cities that
Yeah.
and have a bunch of lights, and they've never actually truly seen what the sky looks
you
like.
can also see the space
outside of
stations
it.
at night,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
is really cool.
So, with all due respect to our friends in New York City and LA, we can even see the moon
yeah.
Yeah.
in the country.
Yeah.
I
So,
know,
well,
I'm
I mean,
st- I'm st-
in New York and LA, there are outskirts that you can go.
Well, you
and-
can see the moon pretty
Yeah.
much anywhere. I think.
I know,
I don't
but-
know. Have you been to New York or LA?
No, but I've
Me
read
either,
about
so
these
how do we
things.
know?
I've read about these things.
Okay.
People talking about how they want to get away. Even there's
Yeah.
a place in Las Vegas for it.
Yeah.
the outskirts that you can get out and get away from all the lights because
It's called the desert.
even people, even people in, I'm sure you could see space really great from the desert.
You know, the Grand Canyon's not that way far away from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
In the bottom of the Grand Canyon, you can see a lot of stuff.
See, that would be neat.
I've been there.
And that's the
Done
thing. Like, I do. I always love going up to Grandma and Grandpa's and looking up at the sky. I mean, there's nothing else that can really compare to that. Because it's obviously we can't figure it out. I think it's really meant to be that way. So you literally can look up and just keep wondering and researching as much as you want. But I'm sorry, there's no
Do
scientific
you
thing
think they
that
have
can explain
allergies in space? Because I'm
yeah.
dying.
I do. I also
eyes
think
are
that you
watering.
age
But
differently.
But how could you have allergies in space if there's no pollen in space?
Yeah. Or for that matter, air.
Okay, I don't think that the last thing you'd be worrying about if you were in space landing on some planet is allergies.
No, I'd be worrying about it.
I think
Yeah.
you would be worrying more about what kind of things on this planet can kill me. That
Yes, like what kind of
are- it's
allergies am I going to
natural.
have here?
Yeah, like what kind
Those
of
allergies could just
Yeah.
destroy you, and they're not allergies; they're just toxins
So-
in the air.
Have you been keeping up with space news? You know, I mean, both of you knew we were going to do space stuff today. Have you seen anything
yeah.
going on in space lately?
The last thing I saw was that meteor that about took out Earth.
Yeah, the meteor. We 43. This was huge. This was
that nobody talked
moon?
about until
Yeah.
it was already past
Yeah,
us.
you heard it here. The moon is 238,000 miles away, something like that. The asteroid missed us by 43,000 miles.
Oh my gosh!
And it was big enough to
It would have taken.
considerably wipe us out.
It would have completely changed the human race.
Yes.
It was one of those asteroids.
and we weren't warned about it.
So
It
the
was just
guy,
kind of like,
I don't think it
Well-
was I don't think they knew it was coming that close.
Here's
until the
my
last
thing
minute. But I don't know.
about asteroids, and I've heard people say both sides. In my opinion, really, I don't know if I'd want to be warned about an asteroid because I mean, if it's gonna
It's just gonna come
just
through.
let
I
it
mean,
happen.
I would like to know if I was about to die or not.
Sure,
I guess
but
it
Or
really
if my
doesn't
life
matter.
as I know it is
I
going to
mean,
change
there's
drastically.
two
Yeah.
sides to it too. I mean,
Yeah.
some people want to know and some people don't. And
So-
I think I'm one of those that's kind of just like, if it's going to happen, you can't really do anything to stop it. So
I
just
still would like to
happen.
know.
And
Yeah.
Elon Musk wants to tag team with NASA to create a ship to go up there and just blow the crap out of it.
And that
Which
would be
I
brilliant.
think he could
Yeah.
do that
And
because he is a
Tesla ship.
genius.
Now-
he's sent his cars into space
Yeah.
before.
Now,
so-
he's behind SpaceX? Correct.
Correct.
Did you see the SpaceX story this week?
I didn't. And
There-
that's
I don't
weird for
think
me
so.
not to see it. But
It's not the Starship yet. It's called like the something hub. Anyway, they tested it, and it looks like a gigantic tin can with a rocket on the bottom of it. They tested it in southern Texas, and there was an electronic malfunction. We were watching it. It was the
Yeah.
thing we were watching.
Yep.
And the countdown goes down to T minus 0.08 seconds when they went, oh, wait,
Yeah.
my bad. Anyway, that is the very bottom section of what they're going to call the SpaceX Starship.
the
which-
bottom section.
The bottom section.
Are they going to put it together in space?
No, they're just trying to test the
Oh.
engine compartment, make sure the thing will
They
work
test
before
bit by
they
So
put
bit.
the
they're
whole
going to
thing
just
together.
shoot it up into the sky and see.
I wonder if it
works.
was
So-
tested by where my grandparents live because they live right next to a SpaceX
It's
testing
I
station.
don't know. I think this one is down by Brownsville and Harlingen, way down by South Padre. I don't know.
Because they live right next to
Yeah.
a SpaceX
So that's
testing
my-
station.
I don't know.
Because you
That's
can
my
hear them all the
question.
time testing
Yeah.
stuff.
That's my question. Is like,
What?
what made him choose that part of the country?
Because it's flat.
Yeah.
And there's ocean right
Okay.
next door, and
So
they
in
can-
case something happens, it just goes into the ocean.
yeah,
Yeah.
less population.
They do it
But-
by
Sure.
small.
Sure.
But if
Towns.
it works, this picture of this thing, the Starship, it looks like a 1950s rocket ship from the really cheesy 50s sci-fi movies. Literally like a bullet with little. It goes and it looks like a bullet, and that's the bottom part of the bullet. that
Wow.
they're testing, and this is going to be used to take people to like the moon. Like it's going to be like a cruise ship, except
Huh.
it's a spaceship.
That's
and see,
cool.
that's our
So-
next step. And my thing is, I don't know if it's going to happen within the next few years. It's probably going to be years before I really have trust in going up into one. I mean, I don't know.
Throw up in
Because
a car.
that's just
Yeah.
like, well, okay. I'm just going to
You
throw it
have
out
to
there.
drive if you don't get sick.
Well, no, I would throw it out there that if me going to space, knowing I was going to be safe,
Yeah.
but the only I guess fallback is that I would get sick and throw up. Oh, I'd do it. Oh,
That
it's worth
takes
it.
some motion
For
sickness
sure.
medicine.
Worth it. I would do it. I mean, without a doubt. If I knew it, I'm sure. I don't care. I'm ready to go up
And
to
that's
space.
saying
I'll
something,
throw up.
'cause he's
I'll do it.
terrified of throwing up.
And I hate it. I don't think anybody likes getting sick.
No,
but
you're terrified of it.
I will. I'll do it for space. I would do it any day. Right now, I don't care how I feel. Take me to space. I'd do it. But that's my whole point. Is that even like the whole self-driving cars thing that obviously Elon Musk is behind. I don't quite trust it yet. I just don't yet.
No.
It's getting there. But I don't. But it's the same thing with the space
So you don't
thing.
have anything wrong with, you don't have a problem with Elon Musk. You just don't think.
No,
that,
I like.
we
Elon
love
Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon
Okay.
Musk is
He's hilarious.
Our generation's. Well, he is the meme of all
And
memes.
Mr. Musk, anytime you want to sponsor the show,
Yeah.
just holler at us.
If you want to
We
be
would
on the
love
show,
to.
Look,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
look,
let
look.
us know.
Look, if he's able to host a meme show by famous YouTuber PewDiePie,
PewDiePie.
Yeah.
you can come
Yeah.
on here.
I'm just
okay?
saying.
Come visit
I'm just
us.
saying. We're just as not big, but you could do it anyway. So
Sunny
Just
side
kidding.
up in space.
Yeah.
NASA
Yes.
and Uber have signed an agreement to explore flying taxis over U.S. cities.
Oh, another thing I don't know. Would you
So
really trust your
it would
Uber to
just
fly over
take-
the city?
It would just take traffic off the ground and put it in the sky. Is
Urban-
basically what it's saying.
Urban air mobility is what
So
they're
like
gonna
in what's that movie called?
Which one? The Bruce Willis movie?
Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they
Yeah.
have the flying cars and he's like jumping on top of them.
As long as Mia Novovich is on there.
Okay, look, that's another thing that I definitely, the whole space travel thing, I got to start trusting that. I don't know if I'm going to trust some random stranger in his Uber coming
Well, they're
up.
not going to just be random people. They're not going to just.
Oh.
You're going to have to be a pilot, just like any other flying aircraft. They're not
I
going
know.
to let just
But
anybody
I just-
fly one.
I don't know. I'm really not sure about that one. It's a great idea.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
But
Literally, that they want. NASA wants to be able to have an app where you type in the
You
app,
request
hey,
it.
hey,
Huh.
flying Uber, drop in on me, pick me up, and let's go.
I would almost trust that if
I mean-
they could perfect the technology to the point where it doesn't have to have
Well, wouldn't it-
a driver or
wouldn't it be
something, like an
self-driving
autopilot,
car?
I would trust
Or-
that more
or-
than a human
Wouldn't it be
driver.
like going to a small airport and getting a single engine plane? Like,
Sure.
like somebody
It
that's
is.
got a
Yeah.
license, and it wouldn't be
Yeah.
like hey, I got my license when I was 16, hop on my plane. It wouldn't be like that.
Yeah, but look, that's the thing. Like again, I'll bring up grandma and grandpa. I want some guy like grandpa getting out that's in his 60s, 50s, and saying, "Hey, I've been doing this for years. Are you ready?" Yeah, sure. Instead of a guy getting out that's like 18, is like, "I've been flying for 2 years. You ready?" I'm like,
Well,
I don't know, man.
testing at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. What is it with Texas and the space flights?
I don't know.
First you had Houston, now you got Dallas Fort
Yeah.
Worth. I
Yep.
guess.
Space.
Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger
We're Rolling Stone.
and the gang have a
Uh-huh.
rock named after them
A rock.
on Mars.
Is it called McJagger?
Ooh.
It's called the Rolling Stone.
Oh, it's called the.
I'm not
Rolling
kidding
Stone.
you.
but it's on
Gosh.
Mars. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Okay, I want that
The
accomplishment.
Insight robotic. Have you heard about Insight, the latest Mars
I think so.
landing?
Yeah.
Touchdown on Mars in November, and the force of the lander's propulsion system coming down moved a rock, and it started rolling across the Martian landscape.
Stone.
And so they named it the Rolling Stone.
Okay, listen. If we don't have our own rock named after us, that's level of stardom right
I
there.
think we at least get it on the moon. Sunny side
Yeah.
up would be real easy
Sure.
Yep.
on the moon.
Listen, that's all. And you would put it on obviously the bright side of the moon, not the dark side. But
Well, we can't even see the dark side, so
Yeah.
why would we put it there?
Yeah,
but still, I don't care. Put it anywhere. To have
Yeah, but-
a rock name.
you have the moon app on your. Did you know they have like the moon app for your
Yeah.
phone?
They have an everything app for your phone.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Mars
if you knew
app.
that.
You can check out what's going on Mars and on the moon.
I do that all the
theoretically.
time. And see, that's the thing. I will admit that I do that way too often.
Do you know what the Insight robot lander's for though? What their plan is? They're going to drill.
To see what's
They're
like.
going
Are
to
they
drill
going to the
holes
middle?
into Mars. They're just going to
Ooh.
but they're going to drill down into the Martian surface like they drill here.
Oh,
So
to look and
See-
see what they have, like
no,
resources.
look,
or
drilling
just
for oil.
to-
You set up a Conoco or a Wally World, and away you go.
well, listen, that would be cool. But I don't. Here's my thing.
gotta
We
have
don't
fuel
know
if
what's
you're gonna
under there,
travel.
man.
You gotta
I
have
don't know
fuel.
what's under there, and you start digging into that,
Well-
you're
Afraid
gonna
it'll
hit some
deflate it.
colony.
We
Spring a
also
leak.
don't know what the center of their Earth, that
Their-
planet is.
Yeah.
Do you know something I don't? You use the phrase "there." Do
Maybe.
you know
Yeah.
something I don't know?
Maybe.
We all. I mean,
Their
those-
planet,
Yeah.
I said their Earth.
their
Maybe
Earth.
it's hollow. They get like
I don't know.
They just fall all the way
100
back.
foot down and they just fall. Ooh,
I
you
don't
never know.
Well, it's a robot. So.
Yeah. So robots do what robots do, and robots are going to be what robots are going to be.
Wow.
That's a new saying, I
That's
guess.
deep.
Yeah, fix that one.
So your favorite spot in space? What's the thing you look up in the sky going, I just love that thing. What is it?
Okay, wait. We got to rephrase this real quick. Is it something that like
Celestial body.
a celestial body?
Yeah, a star, a planet, a moon. What's your favorite
all right.
thing
Well, then
up
we're
there?
just definitely Saturn
Saturn?
because
Okay.
the rings. I think the rings are really neat, and that the fact that that's there is just
Yeah.
that's cool to me,
All right.
and that it's visible. It's even cooler, you know.
Okay.
So that's neat.
How about you, Angel?
I just like to look at the constellations.
All of them.
Yeah.
As we get closer to wintertime, Orion's belt's going to show back up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The third dot on the belt is actually a nebula. You
Why?
can see it through the binoculars. Just look at it. You'll see
Yeah.
it. It's fuzzy. It's a nebula.
We've
It's
had an
not
uncle that
actually a
recently
star.
got a really nice telescope. That
Yeah.
I think we're going to be spending some nights over
I
there.
think we will be. Yep. So maybe we could
But-
have Uncle Darren on Sunny Side Up.
Yeah, with his telescope. Come
I
to show us his
apologize for
telescope.
sniffing. I'm
So
telling
we
you, my
can sit
allergies are
inside
driving
with
me
the
crazy.
telescope.
Yeah, that'd be cool. No, but my thing is that during the winter, why do I feel like the stars are brighter in the winter?
Because the sky is clearer.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, it's less dust. The humidity's different. The dew point's different. It is
Mm-hmm.
clearer.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And that's I guess that's the only thing I look forward to in wintertime is
Boy, I'm a
that
space geek.
is that I can look up the sky and it's a lot clearer. I hate
Yeah.
that it's negative 102 degrees
It's
outside.
never been that cold here.
But I do enjoy that it's a clear sky that you can look up there and
Your-
it's just
Your favorite spaceship, before I change the subject.
my favorite space.
Science fiction now. We're just going into sci-fi.
Oh,
Your
man.
favorite, or it could be the real one. Your favorite spaceship.
Oh, there's a lot. I don't.
Could be from a video game. Could be from a movie, TV series.
I mean,
Or
if we're just
reality.
gonna go video game,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. If you haven't looked at No Man's Sky, you need to. if
Here we
you're
go
into
again.
anything,
Are you
space,
always
gonna
done.
get past this?
No.
Look.
Never
never
gonna get past this No Man's
it's
Sky
gotten
thing.
better.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just trying to explain.
I mean,
your
but it was
horizon.
never bad in the first place. Thank you, but.
Right.
It's just they keep improving
Okay.
it, and it just. But any of the big ships on that game,
Mm-hmm.
like there's things that are called space anomalies, and they're like hubs.
Yeah.
And just recently in this new update, everybody goes there all at once.
Okay.
But they're just neat, and the freighters that are on. I don't know. Anyways, I like spaceships. Spaceships are cool.
Angel, favorite spaceship, Angel. Do you have one?
It's not a spaceship, but the rover that just recently died, I guess.
The
you could say.
Martian. What was the
Oh,
name of
yeah.
that
Is
Martian
it the
rover?
Discovery?
Can't remember.
Something.
that
I
was
loved
sad.
him, and it was
You're
so
talking about the one
sad.
you're talking about the one on Mars.
Yeah, the one that just died.
It would play
And
Happy
like its
Birthday
last-
to
Discovery.
itself.
Yeah, it would play
Yeah.
Happy Birthday for itself, and its last words were, "It's dark, and I can't see anything." And that was so sad. I know it's a robot, and it's just like telling its
Hey,
status
it's
updates,
dark. I
but
can't
like
see.
Yeah.
that's sad.
Come kickstart me when you get here. I'll be waiting for you.
It's
with
That is
all
the
so
loneliest.
sad.
But see, we're getting to the
Wow.
point now where we can get to Mars and revive
And
him
especially the fact that it
Yeah.
used to sing itself "Happy Birthday."
Yeah.
every year on
I'm
its
torn.
birthday.
You know, I'm a Trekkie, so I'm going to have
Yep.
to say the USS Enterprise.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But-
Well, that's one of the most
Yeah.
iconic, if
but
not the
for
most.
all my Star Wars fans out there, the Millennium Falcon's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just because of the crew.
sure, but I
So-
think that the Enterprise is probably
So does the Enterprise? Can it take out a Star Destroyer? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Guardians of the Galaxy ship. What's it called? That's a pretty cool one too.
it's
I can't remember
cool,
what
but
it's called.
Guardians has the best soundtrack of any movie ever written.
It does have a very good
Just so you
soundtrack.
know.
yeah, it
All
does.
right. Do
But
we want to move on to good people? Do we have time?
I think we've got a little time to
Okay.
always talk about.
Did you
good
guys?
things.
Did anybody? Did you do your research on really cool people this week? Any homework?
work?
I've been doing homework. For
You've been
school,
doing real
so-
homework. Well, this is a show. I'm making my job to collect stories of good people doing good things. This should last us for 500 episodes.
The
'cause
catalog.
In this freaky, dark, weird time, at least in some people's minds, there's a lot of good stuff going on. Just saying.
Yeah.
Don't
Bring
spend
us
all your
some.
Don't spend all your time on social media. Talk to your neighbors. Diesel Pipert's Western Reserve School District of Ohio, America, USA, won livestock show at his county fair animal sale. He won the premium sale.
Mm-hmm.
$15,000
Wow.
that he took home.
Yeah.
And he went home with a $15,000 check. He looked at his mom and dad and said, I'm going to give it all to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, every dime.
Wow.
That's a noble.
amazing.
He's in the 7th grade.
Okay, that's hard.
That's even more.
Yeah.
Okay, the fact that he's in
So-
7th grade.
So his school posted it on Facebook. It's gone viral, and all of a sudden St. Jude's is getting a whole bunch more donations from people all over the country.
Just because of one
Crazy.
kid's
One
act.
kid, yeah.
So Diesel, if you listen to Sunny Side Up, thanks for setting the bar so freaking high, dude.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
No, but that's something
That's
else.
amazing.
That I
As a
didn't even want to
7th
give up.
grader.
Like I wouldn't even
Yeah.
want to give up my controllers for my video games when I was in
I didn't
7th
even
grade.
want to share a candy bar with my sister when I was in
Yikes.
7th grade.
Yikes.
$15,000.
And you just
That's a lot of money
And I'm not in junior high
7th
anymore.
grade.
It's a lot of money when you're
Sure,
grown
well,
up.
yeah, definitely. But like, I feel like $15,000 when I'm a little kid, middle schooler,
seems
that's like a
it's
million.
Never gonna run
That's
out,
cool, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
that's
St.
very
Jude's
neat.
does all the cancer
Yeah.
research for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a similar story. This happened last spring, actually. For some high schoolers, prom night is a night they'll never forget. You remember your proms?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a pretty cool night. It's awkward, it's weird, it's fun.
pimples galore.
Yeah, this 18-year-old student with special needs who had a superstar date. Don, the guy, his mom taught the girl Lindsay when she was in elementary school. And he's 9 years older than Lindsay. So as his mom is teaching this special needs student, of course, Don was probably in high school or so and come visit mom doing the special needs. And he promised Lindsay when it came time for prom that he'd take her to the prom.
Oh,
Way back when she was in elementary school. Well, by the time she got old enough to be in prom, he was 27, and he held to his word. He came back, and he went to the prom with her.
very nice.
Yeah, in Lawrence County, Alabama. Of course, Don is Don Jones, the defensive back for the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dang.
Don Jones the second is who I'm talking about. How you think Lindsay didn't have a good time at the prom?
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah.
Of
How
course.
cool is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's very neat. So,
You want another one, or you want me to stop with two?
I mean,
I got a stack.
I think we should stop so we can save some more. For the rest of
We'll
them.
never run out of good stories.
So, I think it's good to end on a good note.
Yeah, and I want you to do me a favor. We had a lot of people that are liking the Sunny Side Up page, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, the podcast, but also share them. I had a friend on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, that just blew up another podcast talking about how great this podcast was, and I'm like, really? Did you?
Come on, now.
Kylie, don't make me. I just did call you out on my podcast. You should share. You should put Sunny Side Up on your Facebook page and just blow it up. Talk about how great it is.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
your
We'd
friends to
appreciate you.
follow us. We're at like 240 some followers right now
On Facebook. I
on
believe.
Facebook,
Yeah.
and
So,
we're trending that much. I know. I appreciate everybody. I kind of am taking this really seriously. I like doing the show. I like putting smiles on people's faces. That's what we're doing it for.
yeah.
It's why it sounds goofy and silly. All you got to do now is Google Sunny Side Up podcast with Alan Klepper, and it'll pop it
Will
right
pop
there on
right
the front
up.
line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nothing against you, Angel and Brandon. It's got my name on the title.
Share it.
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
Please.
Yep.
We do have an email, Sunny Side Up Podcast at storiesandscoopsmedia.com.
Yep.
Link is down below in the description if you're watching YouTube. If not, go to our Facebook and YouTubes.
And we soon got a website that I
Instagrams.
can't discuss yet.
Uh-oh.
The website's on the way.
Leakage.
Yep.
You
Yep.
never know.
It's going
So,
to get awesome. Prospective sponsors, because I know prospective sponsors are listening, I can say my P's really good. Well,
yeah.
good,
Good.
right?
Good.
Fine.
Very,
Anyway.
very well like.
Talk to our gang and sponsor our show, because we'd really
Yes.
like to get coffee mugs that have the
Yes.
logo on
That
it.
have our real logos on it.
It's just the
Yes,
coffee
please.
mug.
I would love to drink your product in this mug.
There it is.
Okay.
We'll wear your product for money.
And whatever you need, I will wear it and wear it and wear it. Hey, join us for the After the Podcast
Yep.
show that's coming up right after. If you're on YouTube, exclusive to YouTube. Yeah, we'll just keep it going there for a little bit. And otherwise, we'll see you for episode 7
Absolutely.
next week.
Yep.
So, see you guys.
Bye.
Have a blessed one. See ya.
Welcome to the After the Podcast show, exclusive to YouTube. Mm-hmm. Welcome. After the podcast. I'm going to throw everybody's water everywhere. So, just continuation on space, because there's not enough space.
After the
Crumble
podcast,
up.
I'm throwing away my show prep from the podcast because we're done with that.
Because we're just chilling with you guys here. So, yeah.
I got to make them in the trash can.
There it is. No, you made
none.
not
Every
a
one of them.
single one of them.
Never one of them.
So, good thing you didn't play basketball. But, no, I, seriously though, space has been a big influential thing in my life. I can't talk enough about space. There's a lot of space in space. There's a lot of things in the space we call space.
Like Uranus.
Yeah, that's it.
And Neptune and Pluto.
Yeah. Did you know they actually, I think they changed the name of
To Uranus?
Uranus.
It's
So
always
what's
been
more-
pronounced Uranus.
What's more politically correct, calling it Uranus or Uranus?
Uranus.
I mean, which way? I mean,
Or
to me,
Uranus.
honestly, either way, it's kind of squirrely. Why didn't you change the name completely to Bill?
Well, it was
You know?
always supposed to be pronounced Uranus. Everybody just pronounced it
Are you
Uranus.
sure?
Yes.
Because we had this big. See, I'm old enough that when Halley's Comet came by,
Yeah.
we had always called it Halley's,
Isn't it Haley's?
and then somebody decided it was Halley.
It's Haley's
See,
Comet.
it's
There's
just-
110% a Haley's Comet.
It is just what somebody
There's a whole song about it.
interprets, and that's the thing. I don't know. I still think it should be called Uranus because it's just
It's Uranus.
it's funny. And
That's because you have the mind of a
I think-
12-year-old
I
boy.
think-
No,
it's-
it was never called anything but Uranus until everything got weird and people started being weird about it. It really was. Until we discovered Uranus, it was Uranus. But the minute they got there, they changed it to Uranus because people were embarrassed to say Uranus on TV. I swear to you, that's the real reason.
that's weird.
We always called it Uranus.
Well,
Yeah.
Uranus is a planet.
You crack me up.
More
Can you name all the
specifically,
planets,
though, hey,
Mr.
look,
Space Dude? Can
look.
you name all the planets?
it's
I'll
been
give
so
you the
long.
first one, Mercury,
In order.
in order.
Oh
From the
no.
middle out.
Okay,
I
Mercury.
gave you three others. I just gave
Okay,
you
look.
four.
Okay, obviously the sun is right there.
That's not a
The sun's not a planet.
okay,
That's
but
a
look,
star.
stop. I'm trying to help myself here.
Okay.
Okay, so the sun is right there, which is a star.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. Then it's Mercury,
Right.
Mars.
Are you sure?
No, Mercury. Help me out,
Men are,
Lifeline.
men are, women
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
from,
Oh, yeah.
men are from Mars, but where are women from?
Oh,
They shave their legs with this brand of.
Venus.
There it is.
So Venus is
Mercury
the next
and
step.
Venus.
Earth,
Mm-hmm.
Mars,
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's Pluto. No, Jupiter, Uranus.
You forgot
I know.
so many planets.
Oh my gosh, I've blanked
What's your
completely.
favorite
And your
planet?
favorite planet.
Saturn.
Saturn.
Oh man, Saturn. I'm sorry, my OG. I'm sorry, man.
Then you get the three outer or the two outer and the one.
Yeah. The two outer would be, well, Pluto's one of them, but then there's
Pluto's the furthest out, though.
oh
so
man,
what I was forgetting is Uranus.
and then it's Uranus. Well, it's Uranus first. and then it's
Neptune.
Neptune. Oh, Neptune. I completely forgot about Neptune.
How could you forget about Neptune?
Wow.
Pluto.
That's
Can you
Mad.
name the bonus planets?
well. There's Planet X.
Yeah, that's out
Planet
beyond
X.
Pluto.
And there's a couple others that I can't
Yeah.
remember the names of.
Well, okay, but
Y and Z?
Probably.
Makes,
Yeah.
I don't know.
okay, that's what's insane to me is that again, like I said in the podcast, is that we
don't even know what's
science.
in our own
well,
solar
look,
system.
science cannot explain it. Nothing can explain it. And again, I think it's meant to be that way. Hey, triple drink here.
What can't they explain?
We think we know so much about it, but we really don't.
You mean space?
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
and that's amazing to me. I love it. There's no amount of books in the world that can try to teach you about space because we don't know. And that's the thing. Prior to just I want to say recently, last couple of years, I don't even think we thought that there were other planets like ours around. That we were the only one, and then all of a sudden we found those. Was it a trio of planets that had water on
Yeah.
them?
Could be Earth-like.
That could definitely be
Well, one
Earth-like.
had greenery.
Yeah.
And one had water. And I can't remember what the other one had.
So that to me is like that's straight up. Your
And-
science
and-
can't
and
prove it.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but aren't they? It's a theory that they found them
Yeah.
based on the
It
wavelength
appears.
of the color.
It
don't
appears
see
as
it.
if they are Earth-like
And see,
planets.
once again, that's another thing. Like
based
I'm
on the
not,
wavelength.
I'm not trying to dog on science. I love
No.
science. Don't get me wrong, but there's some things out there that we try to prove that we really just shouldn't, because we end up eating our own feet on this one.
Like the whole black hole
Yeah.
thing.
I would love to
Yeah.
know it
You see
in a
the
black
thing?
hole.
We didn't even talk about this on the main show. That something blew up in the black hole in the center of our
Yeah.
galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, we talked
Yeah,
about.
popped.
I'm just saying. I think the galaxy's torqued at us and lobbing stuff at us. I'm just saying.
But that's so. What I mean. Okay, let me think this out here for a second.
What are we thinking?
If you had the opportunity, depending on the point of your life, and say you're almost 100 years old, and you know that soon it's going to happen, and you had the opportunity to go into a black hole, would you?
Why would you though? Because like you're gonna die instantly.
Sure, but you know
Our
you're
bodies
about to
aren't
end
built
of
but
for
life.
would you?
You're-
Do we really
Okay,
know?
listen.
I don't know.
If I was 100 years old,
Yeah, I would
and
do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, if I was 100 years
Because-
old and I had the opportunity, if somebody asked me, "Do you want to go into a black hole?"
Everything
Yeah,
about it's
dude.
theoretical. We really don't know
Yeah.
because
Right.
we can't see it because it's black.
I mean, what the worst thing that's going to happen, obviously, is you
Yeah.
die, and that's what I'm going to guess is going to
Or
happen.
Mother Nature pops you out on the other side of the
Or
black
you-
hole and you're 5 years old.
Right. So,
And you go Space Odyssey on you. I
because
don't know
here's
what
here's
we're
my
doing,
thing, 'cause
Dave.
they have to. They really have to. There's a lot of things you got to think out here. So, do you put yourself in a spacesuit first of all? Do you go out in a spacesuit, or do you just let space do its thing? Get close enough somehow to the
You
black
can't
hole.
just let space do
Yeah,
its
you
thing.
thrown
never make
in.
it to the black
You would
hole.
die.
Yeah, you,
Right.
It's a vacuum thing.
We do know about
okay,
that.
Well, okay, then
It'd
put
be
enough
like-
oxygen to get you
And
at
that'd be it.
least right.
That's the sound of your body blowing up.
So I don't know, but I think if I had the opportunity right now, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want to do it right now at this time in my life. But get back at me 90 years from now or something.
So,
Go ahead.
do you think there are other life forms out there?
Sure, of course I do. Now I'm
Not necessarily the green.
Look, yeah, right.
beings
But
with
here's
funny
two
shaped
things.
heads,
I don't
but-
think that. Well, I don't know. That's the whole thing. But I don't. I think when people ask or think of life forms, they either think of the little green alien dudes,
Yeah.
or they think of people like us. And the thing is, I don't think either. I mean, maybe I don't. Again, I don't know.
Well, it
but I think
also
life
all-
forms is like like the bacteria and things like that.
If there are human-like life forms, it's going to depend on
Sure.
how they've had to adjust to their planet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're adjusted to fit our planetary
Right.
surroundings, but
And so
their
if-
surroundings might not be the same.
If there is, I don't know. I don't think that we would ever come in contact. I don't know.
Alien.
What did you just flash at the camera? An
I think
alien.
I'm
That's what they
alien.
look like. See, I don't think that if we ever met anything, I just think it'd be so far beyond our comprehension.
But we also don't know how far along they are.
Sure.
They could be walking around with us right now,
Yeah.
but we don't
But-
know.
And see, that's my thing. It's like, it's so crazy. There's so much to wrap your head around when it comes to space. That's why I love it so much.
I could have been a philosophy major.
Yeah.
Because when I start talking, you're going to realize why. I don't have the hair screwed up like the one dude does, the guy.
We'll go for it.
But what if, and you just got to use your imagination. So this is the philosophical part of it all. Mars has less gravity, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has less light,
Yeah.
okay? So what do you think is going to happen to the human beings to the very first expedition, assuming they survive? What happens when they go to Mars in a lesser atmosphere, well, not a lesser atmosphere, because they're still going to have to create artificial oxygen
Sure.
for a while. What happens
Yeah.
if, okay, they live there, they start raising their families there, human beings are born on Mars, which literally makes them Martians, not
Yeah.
Earthlings.
But do we?
Okay, now hang on.
Yeah.
Let me go with this. So they're born, and they grow up exclusively on Mars, in the Martian gravity, in the Martian sunlight. What do you think a human being would look like in one generation growing up there?
Different for
There's
sure.
less sun there,
Right?
so they'd be
So their skin
they'd
would
be
be
pretty
lighter.
pale.
Mm-hmm.
Right? less
Less
but
light.
gravity.
My question.
Their eyes probably wouldn't be able to function properly
Right,
here.
that
It would
too.
be overwhelming.
They would be, but their eyes would be, their pupils would be dilated all the time,
and they wouldn't be able to see the sun like we do here.
and they would be taller, maybe because their bone structure DNA structure is built to grow here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't
It's
they
had
be
to
tall
change.
and thin and pale with bigger eyes?
I mean, theoretically,
Where
yeah.
do you think that the drawings of the Martians, the science fiction people came up with the drawing of the Martians from?
Yeah.
Now, give that 2 or 3 or even 10 generations of human beings, isn't the human body developed to, I don't want to say evolve, but certainly adapt? We adapt
Yeah.
we change for our surroundings.
because right here on Earth, we have people that are darker skinned than other, lighter skinned, larger eyes, bigger eyebrows, smaller eyebrows in just a few generations. I'm just telling you, the green men of Mars, we are the green men of Mars.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's the philosophical thought for the day. Mind blow.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a
And
good
have we
But
question.
that
been
also
there?
means they won't be able to survive on Earth because
Exactly.
they're not
'Cause
adapted
they would
to Earth.
Yeah.
Just like
Just like
the
we're
one
not
guy,
right now.
like the-
adapted to-
Yeah.
like the
on
dude
Mars.
that spent the year in the space station,
Mm-hmm.
twin brother on Earth, went up there with the exact DNA, came back, and it was different when he
Yep.
came back a year later.
That's crazy to me that DNA can just change in a year
In a year, just
to
with
fit
less
your
gravity.
surroundings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're going to live on a Martian colony, you're going to remain human, you've got to have an environment that creates more gravity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just, I don't know. I'm just telling
Listen,
you.
here's my thing about it. And until I think that we can do that, like
And
have somebody born exclusively on Mars,
and
it's too pretty here on Earth.
and then
I don't want to leave here.
and then here's the next philosophical statement. When does it become them and us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you go to Mars, that more than likely
I think there could be a space war at some point in
Probably.
the future.
we can't even decide on which side of the fence in our neighborhoods get painted what color.
That's gonna be. I hope
we get
that.
ticked off when we draw a line between two countries in the same continent.
Oh man.
Imagine two different
Whoa.
planets.
What if that's already happened though?
That's where I was going with it. What if Area 51 already had humans that were humans?
And
but
that's
were
never
why
know.
Area
Martians, and we
51 's
just-
That's why
well,
they're
no.
so secretive.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's disproven because Area 51 was built
Is it?
in the 60s.
But who
I
told
think.
you that? The government told you that.
Oh gosh, the government. I
There,
don't know.
Angel and I have been sucked
Oh,
into the
no.
dark side. We're in the conspiracy into the
Y'all, I'm
conversation.
crazy people. Come and help me. Anyway, that was
I-
an interesting after the
Speaking of the Area
podcast show
51
here.
thing, don't go to Area 51.
Oh, I think that's
Okay,
passed. I think the raid's already happened.
Yeah, that's already happened.
Good just came and went. It didn't happen.
Where did they say they were
I
going to
thought that
raid
was
next?
September.
No, that's in September. That's like the 20th.
Oh, is it?
I'm just telling
But I
you,
really
don't rate
don't.
it.
Well, Facebook deleted the page.
I'm just telling
But-
you. You guys are telling
okay,
you
look,
don't
look, look,
go
look.
because
Yeah.
we've been to military bases and they take their bases seriously. Don't
Sure.
get shot.
So
Yeah.
my thing is that I have enjoyed that a lot because
It's
of
a funny
them
meme.
spawning meme.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the creator of it actually got on an interview. I don't know if you saw that. The creator of the page was like, "Don't actually do that.
No, I know.
He meant it
Don't
as a
do it.
joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke." And the thing is, the people that are
Well,
taking that
didn't it-
seriously,
It said that they're
See
going
ya.
to Naruto Run
Yeah.
at Area 51. That's obviously meant to be a joke,
Yeah, I know.
but hey, you know what?
Yep.
If you're
but
crazy
I would love
enough
to see it.
to do it, hey, look, if you're crazy enough to do it, I'm gonna say this: just get it on video. Get
Make
it on
sure somebody's
video.
recording
Make sure
'cause we all
somebody's
wanna see.
recording.
Yeah.
And we'll
ain't
talk about you here on the Sunny Side Up show.
It's
We
not
will.
going to be pretty.
But actually, don't do it. Don't do
Yeah.
that though. For real. Disclaimer: we
And
did
if you're
not
going to
tell
go
you
to
to do
Area
that.
51, since it's in a desert, take lots of water and sunscreen because you'll walk out there and starve to death before you realize it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, hey, this has been a very interesting and wild.
And the truth is out there.
After the podcast, I'm with a crazy man, but it's been fun. I like this. It's been crazy. Probably the most interesting after the podcast show we've had. Thank you for joining us on our regular podcast show. What are we doing here?
Favorite
I don't even
alien.
remember.
Your favorite alien of all time.
Okay, listen.
Quick,
the
no,
thing
before you go.
from Lost in Space.
Lost in Space?
The
Okay.
robot from Lost.
Yeah.
It's not really an
don't
alien, but I
know.
love that robot from Lost in Space.
Does Wally count?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
sure it does. Yep. What about yours?
Orc from Orc. Robin Williams.
All right, there it is. So,
Nanu.
thank you.
Thank you,
we'll
Orson.
see you next week. See ya.
Bye.